Hello, hello, hello. My name's Elder. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whenever you happen to be here. Yeah, we're gonna get started here. Today we're talking about good old Wu Flu. What's going on? Everything. First things first. I think we'll get started with a little one of these, a little dab here and there. But world's going crazy, eh? World's going nuts. But that's the way it is. We're going to start here with a little bit of why. Why is this happening? Hey, Lee, thanks for joining us in the chat. Always good to see you. Let these dry off a little bit. Got the old hand sanitizer to keep each other safe these days, right? But, yeah. Why is this happening? What's going on? Let's just start off right away by getting into a little bit of reasoning behind why this could be happening in the world, right? We got things like this going on all day, every day. Who knows? This is in a grocery store somewhere. Look at this. Sounds like they're Mexican or something. Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, but maybe French actually. You see that? Disgusting.
C'est incroyable. Putain. Là, elles sont.
Doesn't matter where they're from. I was just saying they're not speaking they're not speaking in English. Yeah. So this woman seems to pick something out of her butt and throw it into the drink aisle, into the storage there. I'm gonna watch that one more time just so everybody gets as disgusted as I am. Right, digging around. Yeah. Jeez. Look at this. Oh. Disgusting. And people question, why? Why is this going on, right? Why are humans so disgusting? Well, you got your answer. Humans are just simply disgusting. Disgusting creatures. I can't really help you there, right? Today, we're going to be going over just a few different articles that I have pulled up and just talk about what's going on in the world, right? That's pretty much all that's on anybody's mind. So may as well talk about a few things. I thought that was a funny little introduction as to why this may be going on. You know, we got a lot of weird things happening in the world. But why? Pull this up here. Breaking news. Harvey Weinstein, right? Reportedly been placed into isolation as he has tested positive for COVID-19. Interesting. People are celebrating, but I mean, no new cases are a positive thing. But funny joke here. Let's see if the guards and cameras work this time. I wonder what will play out from this. Interesting to me. I'm just pulling things up. I think that's an interesting thing. I've seen a lot of people have been talking about that in the last few days, that Harvey Weinstein has tested positive for coronavirus. That is not something to celebrate, although he's not a good person. New cases are not what you want. Also, this very funny situation. Oh, you can't even see what I'm pulling up. Sorry, guys. I feel like an idiot. We'll pull this up. Right, seeing this going around. He'll die and it'll be blamed on COVID. Yeah, I know, right? Easy way out. But yeah, seeing this meme going around. Russia unleashed more than 500 lions on its street to ensure that people are staying indoors during this pandemic outbreak. But also, the first time I saw it, it said lions and tigers, even though this is just a lion. I don't believe it. I don't think this is real. Don't go out of your way to believe things like this that you see on Facebook. But it's funny to see. I didn't look into it. I don't really feel like I need to look into it. But yeah, I thought it was funny, so I pulled it up. Thought I'd bring it up. This as well, another thing here. I'm not sure if this is a real interview or not, but I'll tell you right now, this is pretty funny.
Police in New Orleans clearing out Bourbon Street, breaking developments in the coronavirus pandemic.
Look, I can understand it both ways. I understand it, but everybody act like the coronavirus is just so much of a big deal. Everybody scared and everything. I'm just saying, I played a hell of a joke on these people at work. Look, I locked the door from the outside. They was in there having lunch. I walked in the room. I said, achoo! You should have seen them in there running, trying to get out the windows out of that thing. I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. They was in there sweating like a snowman in hell. Look, I just can't wait till you get back to the days where you can stick your in somebody's ass and not have to wash your hands afterwards. You know, now you gotta go ahead and drink a whole bottle of sanitizer before you do anything. The coronavirus is not that damn serious, y'all. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
You're excited.
Alright, so funny little skit. Ricky Murphy is the one that I saw this being posted.
In the motherfucking suburbs with it.
Oh, rolling into Facebook videos for all those old people out there. But yeah, thought it was pretty funny. You know, don't think it's real. I just have a bunch of like random little things pulled up. Thought we could talk about here today. Let me know how you feel. How do you think this is going to play out? What do you think is happening? This is something that I thought was interesting. Big Brother Canada. It's still filming in Toronto despite COVID-19 pandemic. So filming for Big Brother in Toronto still venturing on despite the rest of the world coming to a halt, right? And so, whatever. They're still filming the show. It's an interesting situation. But I'll pull this clip up for you guys because they broke the news to the individuals inside the show that COVID-19, this coronavirus, had spread throughout the world since they'd been in there. And the way that like it happens, it's so surreal. It's like they I don't know, it's like it's almost like you're watching it being told to yourself because they are on a TV show. For all we know, they think that they're still being like this is part of the show, that it's not actually as blown out of proportion as it is. Like they're like the TV show is blowing it out of proportion. It's an interesting watch. So I'll pull it up for you guys to see if Big Brother copy strikes this. I'm going to take you to court. Well, I'm gonna dispute the claim.
Please come to the living room.
So they call everybody into the living room. They're all just chilling. You know, they're living their lives.
Go to the living room.
So on March 15th. I don't know when they started this show because I don't watch Big Brother.
House guests.
Hi.
I have some news to give you guys from the outside world. Before you guys entered sequester, there was a virus in China called the coronavirus. Or more accurately now, it's called COVID-19. Since you guys have been sequestered with us, the virus has continued to spread worldwide.
Like, think about that. I have more things to pull up just to put it into like a real world perspective, I guess, because they're a good transition from, you know, the people in Big Brother really not knowing what's going on to what's actually happening outside of those four walls, as we'll put it. So this was just announced on the 23rd of March, which is today, that all non-essential workplaces are ordered to close in Ontario. So once again, I didn't pull it up for you because I'm like that. Right? All non-essential workplaces ordered to close in Ontario. I'm from Ontario, by the way, guys. So things are they're ramping up. Premier Doug Ford has ordered the closure of all non-essential workplaces in Ontario amid the novel coronavirus pandemic. And now that's what they're calling it, the novel coronavirus. Ford said the order is to take effect Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. and will be in effect for at least 14 days. So the next 36 hours will give non-essential businesses the chance to adapt and prepare, Ford said in a press conference Monday afternoon. Like just this afternoon. So essentially tomorrow at midnight, all businesses that are non-essential will close here in Ontario. And for 14 days, everything's locked down. Like there's nothing. Why even go out because there's nothing open? Tomorrow we will release a list of businesses that are permitted to stay open. We're prepared to extend this order if necessary. So they're ready to lock us down for as long as they need. No one's getting anything. You better have stocked up. Tomorrow we will release, blah, blah, blah. The gravity of this order does not escape me. But as I've said from day one, we will and we must take all steps necessary to slow the spread of COVID-19. So this is a really big thing. Really interesting. I'm not going to read all of it. It's there for you. I'm just bringing up the information. There's lots of information. There's lots of things going on right now. But, things are changing day by day. And you can't really tell where things are gonna be in a day from now. It was about 7 days ago, and I was still. Yes, it's really hard to say. I had plans. I was planning on going to Arizona. Everything's shut down. The borders are shut down. You can't leave. There's no reason why you should be spreading this disease. It's so hard to say. What? Are we all we're all just doing our parts? That's the Canadian thing to say. It's disrupting everybody's lives, and it's a very frustrating thing. But in the end, things are going to be a lot more frustrating than your travel plans, than your vacations, than your spring break, than whatever you planned on doing, your little work schedule, whatever it happens to be. Life may change quite a bit, quite drastically throughout this time. And as we see, you have things like this, and once again, who knows what the full extent of everything will be in the end, but I'll pull this up for you guys so you can see. We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself. At the end of the 15-day period, we'll make a decision as to which way we want to go. And, that's essentially saying the same thing that I just read to you from Doug Ford here in Canada. But other than, things aren't shutting down or anything, but just the essentially after the 14 days or the 15 days, we're willing to continue it, or who knows, we'll see what's going to happen. It's just the way that it's worded. And people just, they get angry, they cry, they do whatever. But what else do you want? What else do you want? At the end of the 15 days, we'll assess the situation and see which way we want to go. Guess what? It's probably going to get worse, and so it's going to have to continue. But if not, that would be great. That's what we want, right? We want things to be good. Keep an optimistic mind. These people, I don't know. Lee says, my wife may have brought it home from her job. We are quarantined because they won't test her without having a car. What do you mean without having a car? Like you need to drive to them, or like they won't do it without like a mobile testing? Either way, stay safe, stay vigilant, keep an eye on what's going on yourself, and if things get worse, go to either the hospital or call a line that's provided for specific cases of the Wu flu, and just stay on top of it, right? Make sure that you keep a close eye on what's going on. There's also a lot of different things going on right now. It is flu season. Everybody's getting sick. Everybody has, not everybody, but a lot of people have allergies, so that's something to keep in mind. But, stay on top of it, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. And, we just all need to stay as safe as possible. One thing that I've heard that's an interesting perspective is that potentially throughout the next couple of years, it could be, we may continue to have to isolate and then unisolate for periods of months at a time. So isolate for 2 months, go off isolation for 2 months, re-isolate for 2 months, and back, so forth and so on, for an extended period of time as we build up an immunity to this virus. Because, as you can see, I don't know if I have the if I have the post up here or not. I guess I don't, but I will pull it up super quick for everybody. Just give me 2 seconds, and you all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that you've already seen it anyways. No dead air, right? No dead air. So this is coming out of CNN. I don't even know if this is the right article, but I'm pulling it up for you guys. And I'll pull it up here. Hong Kong appeared to have coronavirus under control. Then it let its guard down. Only a week ago, Hong Kong seemed like a model for how to contain the novel coronavirus. Hey now.
Chinese state media say doctors.
They're on high alert. Potential coronavirus second wave has China on high alert. It's the novel coronavirus with relatively small numbers of cases despite months of being on the front lines of the outbreak. That was in large part thanks to action taken early on while cases were spreading across mainland China to implement measures that are now familiar throughout the world. Virus mapping, social distancing, intensive hand washing, and wearing masks and other protective clothing. Hong Kong was proof that these measures worked, with the city of 7.5 million only reporting some 150 cases at the start of March. Even as the numbers of infections spiked in the East Asia territories, like South Korea and Japan, and spread rapidly across Europe and North America. Now, however, Hong Kong is providing a very different object lesson. What happens when you let your guard down too soon? The number of confirmed cases has almost doubled in the past week, with many imported from overseas, as Hong Kong residents who had left either to work or study abroad or to seek safety when the city seemed destined for a major outbreak earlier this year returned, bringing the virus back with them. On Monday, Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam announced that all non-residents would be barred from the territory as of Wednesday, the latest addition to a raft of new measures. So essentially what's going on, and like what I was just talking about and how it all wrapped up here, is that essentially after these quarantines are done, when we go back out, people potentially are just going to get this virus again because nobody's immune to it, and it's not going anywhere. It's not really going away. And so slowly over time we may need to build up a herd. Wow, I cannot say the word. I did this earlier. A herd immunity to it, because nobody has an immunity, right? And so, yeah, over time, potentially human beings will build a resistance to it, a resilience. But as of right now, nobody has one, and so this may be happening for a little bit. But that's something to keep in mind, right? Prepare yourselves. You don't want to be the ones that are caught out in the storm, in the heat of things. If people are going crazy at the grocery stores trying to get food, you want to have a well-stocked supply on hand, right? You really don't want to get caught out and about. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I just wanted to come on, talk a little bit with you guys, see how everybody felt. And I'll probably come back a little bit later, maybe have another stream. We're all quarantined, so we're in this together. What else is there to do but make content, right, guys? So, with that being said, my name's Elder. Thanks for tuning in to this stream in the morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you happen to be here. And don't forget, be your own hero, kids.